様の全身の感覚は俺の手の中。倒れろ、魚め。ようこそ逆さまの世界、トルメンタルディエンテスデスティノシエラコブリーチブレイブスーツ。
Alright, what is going on, you guys? This is your boy, the Vest Masher, and welcome back to yet another Bleach Brave Souls video. And today we are back again with yet another Who is Better video. And sorry if I took a while, but we are back. And we are remaking the Shinji versus Koga comparison. Yo, Death Smasher, why were you so late for when it came to comparing these two units? Like, goddamn. Yo, chill, other me. I was busy doing the freaking summons for the actual poll selection and other stuff. You need to chill the hell out, bro. I don't care, we want the content. Shut the f up. Excuse me. Right, where was I? Yeah, why compare these two units again? Well, Shinji got his resurrection a good while back, and he became the top dog for Mind again, and we're gonna see if he completely trashes on Koga because he currently is the best holo killer. But will he still have that spot? Well, let's find out for ourselves. So let's just take a look back at Koga, because this character, believe it or not, was the final premium character to ever get Havoc, and then they stopped giving premium units Havoc until they pretty much started making arena characters, because the only other exceptions were the anniversary characters. So yeah, strong attack recharge time of -14%, as you guys can see right here. Mine is max transcended T20 with full stamina damage boost and long trade, and has 500 SP. In terms of the kit, he has paralysis on his special and his second strong attack, and he has freeze on the third strong attack, while his NAD and his first doesn't have any type of status element. So for when it comes to giving this unit damage to paralyzed enemies or damage to frozen enemies, it's not something you really want to go about for when it comes to using the character, but at the very least, he does have status elements, and paralysis is always a good status element for stopping mobs. But yeah, 20% bruiser, devastation at 40%, havoc at 20%, frenzy +1, debilitator +5 seconds, and sprinter +1 on his standard 6-star abilities. The one thing that this character lacks is berserker, because this character, he has the best kit in the game, but is by far one of the weakest characters that we have in the game, which is why not so many people use that Koga anymore, which is a bit of a shame since he is still that one unit that has the best kit in the game. And now we have Shinji right here, who has been finally resurrected. He picked up strong attack recharge time of -10%. He still has the strong attack damage plus 25% increase to his strong attacks, which is pretty good. Mine too is max transcended with 500 SP, and also is T20 with full stamina damage boost and long stride. So once again, we have ourselves an even comparison. And in terms of the kit, he only has burn on his second strong attack, so it can be quite the hit or miss for like a lot of people. But here's the difference between him and Koga. Shinji actually has a 45% berserker now, because thanks to his resurrection, not only did he pick up 10% recharge, but he also picked up an additional 20% berserker. So do 25 plus 20 equals 45%. Easy math, and it's overall very good. Has a higher bruiser than Koga, which is only by 10%, but it's kind of irrelevant. Devastation at 40%, long reach at 20%, havoc at 20%, frenzy +1, sprinter +1, and that's all you guys really need to know in terms of the overall stats and skills. And yeah, Shinji came back. He's stronger than ever. If you guys haven't checked out my max transcended Shinji showcase, I recommend you guys do so. But anyways, yeah, how we're gonna compare the two units? Simple really. We're gonna run them both in IZ. They're gonna both have the hybrid recharge / strong attack damage setup with a pill, badge, and the T-set, all with 30% SP, and the links will pretty much be the Mind Retsu, Segundai Tapo Kiora, and of course the Rose link. So yeah, that's how we're gonna go about it. And of course we can't use Shinji as a link because there is no possibility of using a resurrected Shinji on Shinji as an actual link. But it's okay though, like we can still go for a full-on hybrid setup and compare the two characters evenly. So with that further said and done, let us go ahead and begin.
様の無様だな。さてとボケどないしたもんや。
And those were the gameplays. Now, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I could have played this a bit better, so in terms of clear times, it's quite debatable. I was able to clear with Shinji 5 seconds faster than Koga, which is surprising, but do not let this be the deciding factor as to who is better. Now, let us talk about the kits. Koga still has the best kit in the game. 3K length beam on the first, 960 AoE in front on second, and the third is an 1170 AoE in front. Koga is still the only character to have this exact same kit because every unit in the game that has the 1170 in front always has to somehow have different strong attacks. We've seen it multiple times, like look at Bankai Hikone. Instead of having the 960, he was given the Breath Style Vortex, but that's a topic for another video. The special and the second strong attack has Paralysis, the third has Freeze, and the NAD and SA1 has nothing. Shinji, on the other hand, has the standard 570 lunge in front. He has a 3K length beam on the SA2, but with an insane width of 1080. It's literally Aizen's first strong attack, but even wider. Shinji is still the only character in the game to have a wider 3K length beam with an insane width that manages to surpass Spirits Are Forever With You Retsu, Any Aizen, and Spirits Are Forever With You Shunsui. And his third strong attack is full screen 1200 radius all around him. Only his second strong attack has burn, sadly. But now, let us just go in depth with the goods and the bads for both of the characters. Starting it off with Koga, here are his pros. Best kit in the game. Very self-explanatory. Sure, he may not have the 960 into homing vortex like Byakuya, Aizen, or Spirits Are Forever With You Kisuke, but seeing as he has the 3K length beam accompanied with an aimable SA3, again, he is literally the only character in the game to have this kit alone. Higher cooldowns. Koga, unlike Shinji, you can easily spam these strong attacks like as if it's nothing because he has 14% strong attack recharge soul trade. So giving him ×3 14% strong attack cooldown links will stack it up at a maximum number of 56%. And even then, you can get away with the hybrid links and do both good damage and get high cooldowns. Status elements. Now he may not have it on his entire kit, but you will still have a chance to proc either freeze or paralysis with the second and third strong attack. So for things such as IT for when you want to inflict a status element, it can work very well in your favor despite not having a disabler. Good pros, but with Koga, there is just this one flaw that hurts the character a lot. It's only one, but let's just get into it. No Berserker. Now, you could make a case that you can give him full stamina damage boost at 25% when you get him to T15 and fix the damage that he lacks, but it's a very irrelevant argument because you can do it with any 6-star character. I'm sorry, but Koga not having Berserker is what made him fall from the top 5 best mind characters in the game. For general content such as IZ and Droplet Zone, you don't necessarily need a high Berserker, but in content such as IT, guild quests, and even awakened epic raids with how they insanely increase the total HP a boss has, you need to have a higher Berserker to even do decently well in most hard content in the game. And that's all of the cons. Now, I can even go as far as saying that this guy doesn't have Sharpshooter or Guard Break, but that's a bit too much since he's not really meant to be an OP character, and we're literally comparing him to a unit that came out 4 years ago. He has the perfected kit. All that Koga really needs for when he gets his resurrection is just a very high Berserker. It'll take a long time for that to happen, but only time will tell. But now, let us jump onto Shinji, and here are his pros. Does more damage. Shinji, funny enough, was already doing more damage than Koga from the start, but the problem with him was that he had no recharge. So what did he have in advance previously to compensate? Just more damage. Well, now, with his resurrection, on top of giving him recharge, he gained an additional 20% Berserker with an overall 45% more damage in his strong attacks. Oh, and the point I stated earlier, here's another pro. Now has 10% strong attack recharge. Sure, it's 10%, but goddamn, now he will be getting his strong attacks back a lot more frequently, which is what he needed on his resurrection in order to be good again. Unique SA2. Shinji's second strong attack is, like I said earlier, it is a 3k length beam, but the width is a grand total of 1080, which is more than what Aizen has. So whether you want to use it to attack enemies from the distance or even just what's in front, whether it be an AoE attack or just a straight line shot, the strong attack just works in both ways because of the insane range it can cover. Now, would I say it's better than the 960? I'd say it's almost there, which is why it's very unique. Shinji is once again the only character in the game to have this strong attack, and he just aged well because of this strong attack alone. And that's basically all the pros covered for Shinji. Now that being said, he still has his problems, which for some people can be a minor or a major hit, but let's get into it. Delayed activation time on the SA2. Now, Shinji's SA2 is still amazing. It would be perfect if we didn't have to wait for a second for the strong attack to activate. The unfortunate thing about it is that the activation time for the strong attack is almost as problematic as Noel's SA1, where it would take a good second to activate. Meaning that if you want to be precise in getting all the mobs and not have them move to the side or behind you, you need to time the way of how you activate the strong attack, which, in my opinion, is bad and does hold the character back by only a tad bit. Can be a hit or a miss depending on a person's playstyle, but I just am not a fan of it. But here's the bigger con for this character. No status zones. Now, I am definitely happy that Shinji does hit harder on all of his strong attacks and gets his cooldowns back a lot faster, but he only has burn on his second strong attack and that's it. Nothing on the SA1, not even the SA3, not even the NAT or the special. Meaning that for IT, unless he is 5 out of 5 max transcended T20 with 500 SP, you're just not going to be using this character at all. And Koga, funny enough, will be a better choice to use for IT despite having crappy damage as a whole. And even then, at that point, it'll be more recommended to use the Mind Christmas Riruka as a holo killer since she has freeze on everything added with the disabler towards holos. So yeah, a lot has changed since I last did the comparison between Koga and Shinji, and now that Shinji got his resurrection, this is my conclusion. Both characters, in terms of clear time, do the job very well, but the winner has to go to Shinji. He got the well-deserved buff that he needed and just easily became the best mind holo killer in the game again. Now that being said, he may not have the best kit, but what he does is more than enough to put him on top of Koga. Now don't get me wrong, Koga is still usable, and is still the only character to have that godly kit, and if it weren't for the fact that he lacked damage, he'd actually still be better than Shinji, but with how the meta has changed in the game, it unfortunately made Koga a lot worse as a character to use, which is quite unfortunate. It will take a long time until he gets his resurrection to become insane again, but he can still be used for most of the other content that we have in the game, such as Inheritance Zone, Droplet Zone. He'll still be able to one-shot just fine. It's just that he will not be the optimal choice to run in Inheritance Trials for when the enemies are actually hollow. But other than that, welcome back, Shinji. We're happy to be able to enjoy you once again.
And that was the comparison, ladies and gentlemen. Now, did you guys enjoy this compared to the previous comparison that I did with Shinji and Koga that I did years ago? Let me know in the comment section below. But that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have actually enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that way you guys are up to date with my most recent videos. And by the way, I am not going to end the Who is Better videos for this month here, because I am going to be working on one in which I compare Art Book Ichigo to Spirits Are Forever with Yuretsu, so I hope you guys do look forward to that, and potentially Nini versus Aizen, and potentially Bruno versus Spirits Are Forever with Yukisuke, so do look forward to that. This has been your boy the Dash Smasher, and I am officially signing out. Take care, lads. Peace out.